I seen Biggie throwing up this. Biggie don't know nothing about no gang signs. Why that nigga keep throwing up gang signs? Why do these East Coast niggas if they come to California, some of these true-to-life gangbangers gonna pull your motherfucking card. Cause these niggas out here dying for that shit, and you wanna make a video and play with that shit. Be careful, homie. All you fake friend-ass niggas, you got to be careful cause it's very dangerous out here. You can do that little set me up in the studio shit in New York. But a California nigga, that's where the G's ride.
Tupac was so influenced by Suge that he joined the Mob Pirus, Suge's Compton gang, also known as the Bloods. He would become so gang-obsessed that he would ultimately lose his life to it.
I remember the first night when he turned MOB, we was on one side of the studio, and one of my little homeboys, Ty Cuz, rest in peace, he went around there and looked in the studio where Dre and Pac and all them was at, and he ran back around there at us and said, Cuz. I said, what's happening? He said, man, Pac over there in all red. We went over there and looked. I said, well, they got him. And we went on back over there to our side. That night we went over there and looked and went in there and seen him in all that red. That night he turned MOB. Before that, he was hanging with us all the time on the Crip side.
You know, when he put the mob on him, I definitely didn't like that because me and my brother used to have the biggest arguments in the world. My brother and them can say, nigga, you can claim the mob if you want to. No, you can't. You ain't did no drive-by shootings. You ain't beat no motherfucking body up. You ain't did shit. What it takes to be what we are. So that's just like me just Tupac the homie, because Tupac got money. No, fuck that. This means a lot more to me than Tupac. You going over there and be a death row mob, but not from here.
Like, we got a dude named James, and he speak on with Reggie all the time, and he said he was a day one. Definitely wasn't day one. The thing that gets me the most, people want to say something about Pac. Tupac won from the hood. I think Pac did more for my neighborhood than mostly a whole bunch of people in that neighborhood. I hate to be in a situation where you got to bring up old shit. Come on, James, you know the truth. It was in my house. Well, you never been in my house, but outside, me and Buntry, which is my road dog, and you said we got into it before that never happened. Buntry wouldn't go against me for nobody. And I would never let nobody put their motherfucking hands on me. Yeah, that's my dog. He lives always, you know? And, you know, I remember when James was on one of his drunk binges, and Pac put him on his pockets. And when Pac put him on his pockets, he was like, Buntry, look what he did. And Buntry was like, oh, man, we're going to start calling you Mob Jamie.
He died for blood.
He had love.
He died for blood.
He had love.
No, he was banging, my nigga. Pac was banging. When he was with the Bloods, he started banging. Mob Piru, bro. That was the name of the game, bro. That's where you get the MOB from. Big Knot got this one's for you. Bunchy too. Like, come on, bro. All them was blood niggas. Them was OG Bloods.
Okay, that's love.
Everybody upset because I said Tupac wasn't a gangster. Let me repeat myself. Tupac wasn't no gangster. He had gangsters around him.
Pac always been a hood. Met Pac and I went to his house. You know them hood pictures where you got one holding the guns and holding the money and all of that shit. He had all of that shit up there, man. Pac always been a hood. It's crazy to say just because a motherfucker ain't a gangbanger or he ain't no Crip or no Blood that he ain't a gangster. You know what I'm saying? I'm from Oakland. I'm from the Bay Area. Ain't no Crips and Bloods out there, but it's gangsters out there, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? And we all know that. You know what I'm saying? So it's a difference, just because a motherfucker ain't claiming nothing or with that or rhyme with these or act a certain way, don't mean he won't blow your motherfucking shit back. You know what I'm saying?
And Pac, click, AK-47, click, AR-15, click. Well, I swear to God, gave everybody guns.
That's news to me. So Tupac, he got jumped in when it came to the Bloods?
Oh yeah, he was from the mob. He was MOB. You can't say MOB if you ain't MOB.
Is there any truth to that?
No, never happened.
Never happened, okay.
Not at all. Do they think Tupac was the kind of individual that would allow himself to be jumped so he can be in a gang. And no disrespect to anybody that lived that life and that's been jumped in. I've been out here long enough to understand the culture and why they believe in what they believe in. Tupac was a different individual. There's no scenario on this planet that would allow that to happen, or he would allow that to happen. So no.
He came down here. They say Blood in Oakland. The old school black cats, they just say, hey, young Blood. So he already had that in him. And you want to hoobag and ride, you not knowing that you riding for some shit that can get you killed. Motherfuckers, it was real gangsters and nigga, it was some real shit. You just gonna jump in because you want to be loyal to your record label. Slow down.
Did Pac get put on Mob?
Yeah, he did.
See what I'm saying?
What was it like for him getting put on?
What you say?
How many phases did he have to run?
That's Cam Capone. He asked you.
Shit, neck bone, hair run, and bun tree.
What happened?
Neck bone, hair on, and bun tree.
Oh shit.
See?
That's
All right,
wild.
good looking, blood. I'm gonna hit you. Blood.
Damn, that's pretty crazy, man. So Tupac was official, man. So all this shit,
You feel me?
the people is talking that Tupac wasn't official.
on, bro.
All
These
this time, Tupac been official.
Pac did it.
Pac got jumped in? I don't think Pac got jumped in.
Pac got put on. You never heard that?
I did hear it, but then I interviewed Idi Amin and he like immediately discredited it. Tupac got jumped into Mob Piru. Is there any truth to that?
No, never happened.
Never happened. Okay.
Not at all.
Bro, I know from Mob Piru. Is Idi Amin from Mob Piru?
No.
I'm a blood from Eagle. I got direct, close homies from Mob Piru.
I mean, we was all riding with Pac, whatever, you know, whatever, say so, you know, once we crew, we all crew, wrong or right. But then when motherfuckers start getting killed, and they didn't kill you, but your own people killed you, you know, advise you and all that, so you really got to start thinking what's really going on around you, you know what I'm saying?
What you mean by his own people killed?
I mean, you know, niggas that you hang around. You know, hanging around death row, you think you the top gangbanger, you know, you socking niggas in the mouth and doing all that crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't even supposed to be doing all that. You know what I'm saying? Especially another nigga coming to you telling you, hey, yo, Big Mighty just slapped the shit out of you. You know what I mean? And then you go over there when security supposed to be going, this ain't even your fight. But didn't know the nigga that you hit is a stone cold killer. You know what I mean? And that's why I told you, don't let the gangbanging get between us. Coming from my end or anybody else's end. It's easy to get sucked up in this shit by ego. He put his trust into too many people, you know what I'm saying? For validation, you know. Big nigga killed 100 niggas, that's my homie. You know what I mean? So you put your trust in a lot of people and you should put trust in yourself. He didn't have no reason to go to Vegas. Suge wanted him to go to Vegas. We would stay at home doing music like we was doing, you know. But if he wouldn't have went to Vegas, he'd be right here. Remember, he was MOB.
Check out this audio from Snoop saying that the reason why Tupac got killed is because he chose sides. I want to get your opinion on it.
I kind of agree with him, and I'm going to tell you why. You know what I mean? People might not understand because it was like Pac was representing the Blood gang at the end. Some people might say he wasn't. Some people might say no, but Pac was doing songs MOB, even though he was saying it means something else. He had an MOB ring, MOB tattooed on him. He would say something that it seemed like he was taking shots. I don't even want to go in deep because if people they catch it, they don't got to catch it. It ain't that serious, you know what I mean? But I kind of see, but then I see another side of Pac where I didn't see him on that gangbanging stuff. But people from LA who was born and raised in it looked at him like he picked a side. So if he did pick a side, I'm going to go back to what Snoop said. I would agree with him on that. If he did pick a side, it probably was something that wasn't wise to do because you got to understand, like, I agree with what he said. Like, when you pick a side, you just basically taking on inherited beef because now they're not going to look at him like, because everybody love Pac. Bloods, Crips, Mexicans. But if a Crip started to think you picking a side to a Blood, on being a Blood, then you might have unnecessary hatred. So I get where you're coming from on that. Have I ever seen Pac, like, you know what I mean, straight gangbang. No.
Everybody upset because I said Tupac wasn't a gangster. Let me repeat myself. Tupac wasn't no gangster.
Big U and Whack 100. Man, Bloods and Crips in Cannon's class. I don't know if that's ever.
Well, he's not a blood. He's a. Go ahead, tell me. Ain't no blood. Go ahead, tell me. Ain't no blood.
Well, yeah, that's brave.
I'm gonna let the Crip tell me what I am. Cuz ain't no blood.
Pac fatal mistake, bro, was getting out of prison and coming out here and start trying to claim a fucking gang, man. Pac supposed to got out of prison and went to death row and ran death row. Straight up. Got to death row, fulfill his needs and his means of death row, branch off from death row, establish his own shit, and keep moving. That's what Pac was supposed to done. And if he would have had the right niggas, see, I'm a threat. Because niggas don't, I couldn't be around shit like that because we gonna win. I'm gonna make sure we gonna win. Whatever think they gonna be in the way to stop us, we gonna knock it down first. Because this nigga's a prize. We gonna win. Same thing I used to tell Simon fat ass.
Was Tupac Mob Piru at that point?
Pac wasn't no Piru. But he was hanging with us, and we from the mob. He seen how we operated. He approved of it. It wasn't just, whoop all the time. We had fun with each other. He wasn't trying to be from the hood. He was just down. But like I said, Pac said mob in his songs years before he even came to death row. He had a song where the hook was mobbing like a motherfucker every single day. I can't remember what the name of that song was. And see, he was up in that Bay Area, and they say mob a lot out that way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you're hanging out with Mob Piru.
Yeah,
you get Mob.
Well, he was with us. He was with us.
If I was hanging out with you every day and I got Mob tattooed on my arm, you might look at me a certain type of way.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, that's not what it means. It means something else. Like, come on, man.
But I never looked at him like a Mob Piru. He was always Tupac.
Okay, fair enough.
He had the mob tatted on him. I wasn't paying attention to that because he was Tupac and he was with the business anyway, tattoo or not. The tattoo didn't make him no G. He was just a little G anyway.
And Pac, click, click, AK-47, click, click, AR-15, click, click. Well, I swear to God, gave everybody guns.
Well, look like there's another thing to debate about Pac. Did Pac join the mob? It definitely looks like Knight put a battery in his back and vouched for him. And it seems like a few of his Crip homies feel like he signed up, even if it's hard to find a clip of Snoop saying Pac died because he picked a side, insinuating he joined the mob. It's out there somewhere, with Dash basically saying the same thing. It's safe to say the Dogg Pound felt like Pac turned mob. But why is it such a big deal when they were signed to a mob-ran record label anyway? I understand that the streets felt some way, but Dash and Snoop worked for Blood. As far as people saying Pac wasn't this and Pac wasn't that, Pac really was in the streets way before death row. I'm from Richmond, California, and Pac used to literally hang next door to my apartment. Richmond ain't nothing nice. E40 even warned rappers back in the day, don't go to Richmond. In fact, someone got shot in front of my apartment around the same time Pac used to be hanging out there. And I seen my first dead body right across the street. Trust me, Pac was in the real hood. Pac never claimed to be a gangster. He pushed thug life. But as far as the mob situation, it's hard to know what to believe, to really untangle it. Look at the line between working for a label and writing for a set. Snoop and the Dogg Pound looked at death row as a business run by a blood boss. They did the work, but they stayed who they were. Snoop stayed a Crip from Long Beach, and Dash stayed Dash. They didn't flag red just because their boss did. Pac, on the other hand, didn't do half measures. When Suge bailed him out, Pac didn't just see a CEO, he saw a savior. His loyalty was absolute. He went from a universal thug life philosophy to actively championing the mob, identity to wearing the red caps, hanging in Compton, and inheriting Suge's street beefs. The reason his Crip homies felt he signed up comes down to a strict rule. You don't jump into a Compton gang war when you aren't from there. Snoop argues that Pac stepped into a local feud that ran for decades by taking aside and letting Suge put that battery in his back. Pac made himself a target when he put hands on Orlando Anderson at the MGM Grand. The streets didn't see a rap star or a Bay dude defending himself. They saw a soldier for the mob. Did Pac officially join? Down on the block as a teenager? No. But did he adopt a flag and let their politics dictate his actions? The evidence points to yes. Pac wasn't fake. He was too loyal. He let his gratitude turn into a willingness to fight battles that weren't his. Pac survived the real hoods of the Bay Area by just being himself, but got caught up in LA by trying to be something the mob convinced him he needed to be. Well, that's it for this video. Thanks to you all for tuning in. I appreciate the support. And remember, this isn't just my platform, it's our platform. Holla at me in the comments. Peace.